One day, Thomas was at the junction when Gordon shuffled in with some trucks. "Poof," remarked Thomas. "What a funny smell." "I can't smell a smell," said Annie and Clarabel. "A funny, musty sort of smell," said Thomas. "No one noticed it until you did," grunted Gordon. "It must be yours." "Annie? Clarabel? Do you know what I think it is?" whispered Thomas loudly. "It's ditch water." But before Gordon could answer, Thomas puffed quickly away. Annie and Clarabel could hardly believe their ears. But Thomas didn't care a bit. "That was funny, that was funny," he chuckled. He felt very pleased with himself. Annie and Clarabel were deeply shocked. They had great respect for Gordon, the big engine. Thomas left the coaches at a station and went to a mine for some trucks. Long ago, miners digging for lead had made tunnels under the ground. Low strong enough to hold up trucks, their roofs could not bear the weight of engines. Thomas could see a board that was warning engines to stay away. Silly old board, he thought. He had often tried to pass it and had never succeeded, but this morning he had made a plan. He had to push the empty trucks into one siding and pull out full ones from another. His driver stopped him, and the fireman went to turn the points. "Come on," waved the fireman, and they started. The driver leaned out of the cab to see where they were going. "Now," said Thomas to himself. "Hurrah!" laughed Thomas, and he followed the trucks into the siding. "Stupid old board," said Thomas. "There's no danger, there's no danger." "Look out!" shouted his driver. Thomas squealed crossly as his brakes were applied. "It's quite safe," he hissed. "Come back!" yelled the driver. But before they could move, there was a rumbling and the rails quivered. The fireman jumped clear, the ballast slipped away, and the rails began to sag and break. "Fire and smoke," said Thomas. "I'm sunk." And he was. Thomas could just see out of the hole, but he couldn't move. "Oh dear," he said, "I am a silly engine." "And a very naughty one too," said a voice behind him. "I saw you." "Please get me out. I won't be naughty again." "I'm not sure," replied the Fat Controller. "We can't lift you out with a crane. The ground's not firm enough." Let me see. I wonder if Gordon could pull you out." "Yes, sir," said Thomas nervously. He didn't want to meet Gordon just yet. "Down a mine, is he?" "Oh," laughed Gordon. "What a joke," he chortled, puffing to the rescue. "Poop, poop, little Thomas. We'll have you out in a couple of puffs." Strong cables were fastened between the two engines. "Are you ready?" "Heave!" called the Fat Controller. It was a lot harder than they all thought, but at last he was free. "I'm sorry I was cheeky," said Thomas. "That's all right, Thomas. You made me laugh. I like that." "I'm in disgrace. I feel very low." "I'm in disgrace too," said Thomas. "Why, so you are, Thomas. Shall we form an alliance?" What was it?" "An alliance, Thomas. United we stand, together we fall," said Gordon grandly. "Right you are," said Thomas. "Good, that's settled," rumbled Gordon. And buffer to buffer, the Allies puffed home.